Welcome to the January partner chat of Michigan Financial Wellness Network. And I'm Kelly Masters, your host, your chair, coordinator, cat herder, all those things. And I have a few updates that I want to give today with regard to some of our statewide initiatives. And then we have guest speakers from Michigan State University Extension. I thought it was a good idea to do kind of a re-meet MSUE. Some partners are, intimately familiar with the offerings available in terms of programming and resources across the state of Michigan, but I know that some are not, and I also know that some things change. So the offerings from MSUE aren't static, and I thought it'd be a good time for us to become reacquainted with what's available. So with that, welcome January 14th. Be sure our next meeting is on your calendar, February 12th, and pre-registration is open for that. And let's see if I can advance. So today we'll go through just updates on a few of our key initiatives. Know that I'm still looking for some sponsorships for our work across the state. Already told you MSUE is our guest speaker. And then we do have the February 12th as well as the March 13th date scheduled. Meetings are at 8:30. And because I've had feedback from some partners that they could never attend because they always have a standing meeting on Wednesdays. So I decided this year to move the day of the week around like we used to do many moons ago, just so that folks aren't always excluded. And I know that presents problems for others who might have conflicts on Tuesdays or Thursdays, but I can only do what I can do. So that's why the day of the week is alternating. So first update that I need to give is our FemPreneur Summit. That is happening Wednesday, March 19th in Southeast Michigan on the border of Northville, Livonia. Same location as last year. Funding the Future, I have some updates on that. Our Smart Money Kids Read, very exciting update there. And then our Smart Money Magic Show, we are looking for sponsorship to kind of bring life back into that. Much loved programming. So FemPreneur Summit, Fem-powered, mastering your money, marketing, and mindset. We are still seeking a couple of sponsors. If you know anyone who'd like to be with a room full of amazing female entrepreneurs. We do have our exhibitor registration open. We have room for 30 exhibits. I think we already have 6 that have pre-registered early. So that I can send out the link for that. Anyone who's interested in having an exhibit table. We really try to keep costs down so there's no barrier to participation either for participants. It's only $40 if you register by March 1st, and exhibitors, which includes your ticket for the entire day and lunch, is only $100. So we're looking for both B2B exhibitors as well as more lifestyle exhibitors so that we can support the whole woman, not just the business woman. And we're doing a flipped format this year, always looking to do new and interesting things. And based on feedback that we received, a lot of women said they would have liked to have more time to build relationships with the women that we're seated with. So this year, we're going to do facilitated dialogue around the tables so that the questions being served up to our panelists are coming from the room, as opposed to the traditional model of we select the panelists and we try to, best guess, figure out would be useful to the people in the room. Sort of like a flipped classroom model, if anyone is familiar with that. So we're really excited to try something new, which means that we will need probably 15 strong facilitators. So we're working on that. And so kind of an exciting pivot to do something new and different and hopefully really address many of the concerns or I would say wish list of participants from last year's summit. So again, March 19th, it will be on the campus of Ward Church. We take over their conference center, a strong exhibitor marketplace. We've also built in more time for perusing the marketplace and then more intentional relationship building among participants. So if you need the link for registration for that, you can always email me at mifinancialwellness@gmail.com. Or if you're interested in sponsoring, I'd love to talk with you. So just send me an email with some dates and times when you can chat. And we intentionally also have sponsorship opportunities anywhere from, we can't have another credit union or bank because Lake Trust Credit Union is our um, uh, platinum sponsor, but we do have sponsorships to help cover the lunch, the breakout sessions, and so forth. So anywhere from $500, we've got a $1,200 level. So, and of course, all of the benefits are commensurate with the investment level. So please reach out if you have ideas or are interested in learning more. Funding the future. I think I saw Cheryl on the call. Cheryl, do you want to unmute and give us an update? Funding the future.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Yeah, so we are coming to Michigan in the spring. So we're pretty much booked up. I actually March 31st, we have a school that morning, John Page Middle School in Madison Heights.
Okay, so I'll update that.
Yeah, so our only available day is April 4th. But of course, we're able to do shows like in the afternoon on a couple of the days or in the morning on a couple of them, just depending on if you guys are located near the schools we already have booked. But yeah, we're really excited. Looking forward to coming.
So that I don't forget, can you email me that update, just the school name and what time the show is, Cheryl? And then I
Yeah.
can update the material for future sharing.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
And if anyone has connections with middle or high schools here in Michigan that might be interested in hosting or with potential sponsors to help underwrite the shows, just email me at mifinancialwellness@gmail.com and I can put you in touch with Cheryl. And actually, Cheryl, if you wanted to put in the chat a link to where people could see like an overview of what a show might be, some like a link to the FTF Live website or something, that
Yeah,
that would be
I'll
cool.
post the link to our website, which has all kinds of information. So
Thanks. I'm glad to see you. Happy New Year.
thank you. Same to you. Thank you for having.
Okay, Smart Money Kids Read is rolling along. As you probably know by now, we have selected the book Save It, which is a Cinders McLeod book that we love. We used it 5 years ago. So any of the children who would have been in those story times will have aged out by now. And so instead of doing another new book, which we enjoyed doing, but we found that the feedback from our youth librarians was that it was a little bit too mature for the typical story time attendees. So we're going back to use Cinders McLeod's Save It this year. And as of yesterday, we have 135 libraries who have already requested their copies of books, but I still have room for more libraries. So if you are a library who has not requested your books yet, or you partner with a local library that may or may not know about this program, please have them reach out to me, or you can reach out to me and I can tell you whether or not they are on the request list already. I am working on the activity supplement. I'm super excited. We have one that's kind of homemade that I've been working on, but then I also have an activity supplement that was done by the education division of Penguin Random House. So from the book publisher. So we have a couple of options of things that librarians can choose to use as activity supplements so that they don't have to start from scratch. These are idea starters. We don't prescribe how they implement their story times or what activities they do to supplement the reading of their books. But I like to provide, thought starters or things that they can use as printables or, a starting point. So tomorrow, actually, no, not tomorrow, Thursday. Do I have the date wrong? I have the book deep dive. I'll have to double check. I don't know if it's tomorrow or Thursday now. But librarians who have requested books have been emailed the invitation to participate in the deep dive on the book, which I will be doing via Zoom. And we'll talk about the activity supplement. I'll go through the story. We can talk about the learning pieces that can easily be teased out of the book. And then on February 13th, I'm doing the same thing for credit union partners. So we'll do a deep dive Zoom the afternoon of February 13th with the credit unions who have are partnering with their local libraries or doing programming in their local schools or community centers and so forth. So we're still on track to have our book distribution happening from Novi. Thank God for Novi Library and Julie Farkas, our partners who receive our master shipment. And then we have a small team of volunteers from Community Financial Credit Union that will join me, and we will sort and pack, break down the master shipment into, probably 150 smaller shipments that will go out to libraries across the state of Michigan. And then the programs will happen throughout the month of April, of course, which is Financial Literacy Month. And, huge thanks to funding from the Michigan Credit Union Foundation and their member credit unions, because without them, we wouldn't have the funding to be able to purchase many thousands of copies of books that we can give away to children for free. So if anyone has questions on this, you can shoot me an email, mifinancialwellness@gmail.com. Or if we have time at the end of the Zoom today, I'm happy to answer any questions about this as well. So the story of Save It, it really focuses on the concepts of earning money. There's a goal setting piece, the idea of saving your money for something that you might want. There's a planning component in here, and then prioritizing wants. It's not just about wants versus needs, but this book actually has the main character, little Honey, there sitting on her bag of savings, having to prioritize her wants. So it talks about how she earns her money by babysitting her siblings and how she dreams of having a place of her own. So that becomes her goal. And then she has to figure out how to save enough money to be able to buy her dream house while still having a little bit of money to do fun things along the way. So she has to make choices about whether she saves all of her earnings every week and she can accomplish her large goal more quickly, or if she saves half of her earnings and still has some spending money and it just takes her twice as long to achieve her goal. So those are lessons that can easily be teased out of the story in a fun and cute way. So our Smart Money Magic Show, we unfortunately don't have an umbrella sponsor at this time. So I'm looking for an organization that would be willing to help us underwrite this. It is a well-loved program. We do it as a school assembly format. So we reach anywhere from, say, 250 to, I think our largest show was 700 children. And it introduces, lessons on earning, saving, investing, wants versus needs, goods and services, supply and demand, in a really fun, really engaging 45-minute program. Teachers love it, kids love it, it's fantastic. And we can also align it with this year's story. So the Earn It book aligns quite nicely with the Smart Money Magic Show. So if anyone works with elementary schools, because this program is geared toward K through 5, that would be interested in hosting, but most importantly, I need to find underwriting because most of the schools that we visit would not have the funding to be able to do it on their own. So please reach out to me if you have suggestions. Oh, and if there's a credit union or a group of credit unions that would be interested in providing that kind of umbrella funding support, the Michigan Credit Union Foundation has voiced that they are open to the possibility of helping to co-sponsor, so to help co-underwrite a large-scale initiative. Okay, those are all of my updates. So let me see, if I stop sharing, then Lori, you should be able to share your screen.
We're all good?
Good.
Awesome.
So, okay,
Thanks,
I'm going to
Kelly.
let you take it away. I'm going to mute myself and then you all just get us caught up.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Kelly. So, hi, everyone. We have three of us that are going to be sharing about Michigan State University Extension. We're going to talk about what we're doing for money management education from childhood through adulthood, basically the entire lifespan. But we're going to dig into a little bit about what MSU Extension is in the first place, because we're often told we're the best kept secret, and we'd rather not be a secret. So we'd rather have everyone be aware of the services that we offer across the board. So we'll do a little bit on extension as a whole, and then we'll talk more about our youth and adult money management programming. So my name is Lori Rivetto. I am an extension educator with MSU Extension. I am with our Children and Youth Institute in 4-H, so our youth development programming. I'm based in Wayne County, but I have regional and statewide responsibilities around the topic area of career exploration and workforce readiness for young people. And Erica and Kathy, do you want to introduce yourselves quickly? And then I know that we're also part of the deeper dive.
Sure. Thanks, Lori.
Yeah.
So I have a similar role as Lori. I'm an extension educator. However, I'm in Macomb County, so we're both in Southeast. And as she indicated, I also have regional and statewide responsibilities. I do a lot of work with Lori around money management, career exploration, entrepreneurship, workforce development kinds of things. So welcome, everyone. Thanks for having us.
Hi, everybody. My name is Erica Toby. I'm an extension specialist on campus at Michigan State University, and I'm based on campus. And I actually work with our adult programming. So I work with our financial and homeownership education team. So we are a small but mighty statewide team. And actually, I'll share a little bit more about that team in a little bit, but do more around the areas of money management. We also work in the area of housing counseling and homeownership education, and then do one-on-one counseling with pre-purchase counseling and foreclosure counseling as well.
So first, it's important to know that all of our programs are open to all. So MSU Extension believes fully in and firmly in the principles of diversity, equity, and inclusion. So we really embrace our responsibility and our opportunity to serve diverse people, and that's an important mission for us in making sure that all of our resources are available to all. We also have our land acknowledgement on the screen there because we know that we have a long-standing history and legacy of colonialism that led us to live on the land and work on the land that we do here in Michigan. And so that land acknowledgement is one step in the process of acknowledging that history. So what is MSU Extension? If we go back in time, we can look at the fact that MSU Extension started through the Smith-Lever Act of 1914. Michigan actually happens to be the first land-grant university. We were doing this work prior to the Smith-Lever Act, but the Smith-Lever Act of 1914 established the agricultural cooperative extension system. So it's typically called cooperative extension. It's been shortened in many places to just extension. And the idea behind it is to provide research-based knowledge to the public. So this act, when it happened in 1914, Smith-Lever Act, created the partnership between the USDA and land-grant universities to share research and educate the public about agriculture. It has since expanded to knowledge in general from the university to the community. But there is an extension presence in every county and every state and territory across this country. And in Michigan, we have Michigan State University as our land-grant university. And our mission is to help people improve their lives through an educational process that applies knowledge to critical issues, needs, and opportunities. So one of the things I always like to ask for anyone who has ever heard me talk about extension is how many counties do we have in Michigan? Because we have programming based in all the counties in Michigan. So how many are there? So go ahead if you want to guess. And if you already know, because you've heard me spiel this before, you don't have to say anything. But if you want to guess, try it out. How many counties in Michigan? Close, Kelly.
What?
You're close, but you're not right.
Are you serious? I've
Yeah.
been saying that number for 14 years.
Any other guesses?
One low, one high.
One low. Well, you're one high.
Oh, so it's
Yes.
okay. So I was exaggerating just a little bit.
Anyone in the crowd? It is 83. There's 83 counties in Michigan. So what the programming looks like in all 83 counties is a little different because obviously all the communities have different needs. have different types of people living there, different types of communities. And so they look a little different, but we have work that goes around 4 institutes in particular. So we've got natural resources, agriculture, health and well-being, youth development. So a variety of topic areas within those 4 institutes and different focus work groups. So anything from agribusiness to youth development and financial education to nutrition and health to how to start your own business up, everything across the board. And it just, those resources are available to everyone. It just might look a little different in all of those 83 counties. So we in particular are going to be talking about 2 of those institutes today. So Children and Youth Institute, which is where we have our 4-H youth development program. This is where young people 5 to 19 are involved in clubs, after school programming, in school programming. We work with a lot of volunteers, and we have some specific focus areas with money management and career exploration, workforce readiness being one of those areas. And then we're also going to be hearing from Erica and her team that is part of the Community Food and Environment Institute. There's a lot of different topic areas that are covered within that whole institute, and Erica's group in particular focuses on the topics that she was mentioning. She'll go more into that, but that's where the adult money management component comes in to the work that we do. Across MSU Extension, we are based around districts. So there are 14 districts. That map's a little blurry, I see, but you can see the 14 districts. So like when Kathy was mentioning that we're both in Southeast and we're in Macomb and Oakland, or Macomb and Wayne, we're District 11. Erica's over in District 5, I believe, right? Is that what campus is located in Ingham? I'm having a hard time
Yes,
telling,
I think
but
so.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, but we end up having, regional and statewide responsibilities as well. But this is how we're also kind of grouped in terms of some of the work that we do.
Actually, that's an 8.
It's an
I
8?
couldn't see
Oh,
it
it's
very
an
well.
8?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
an
it's
8.
8. Sorry, 5 is Muskegon area, Kent. Yep. Thank you. It's 8. So with that, I'm going to turn it over with that brief history of MSU Extension. I encourage you, if you are not familiar with our plethora of programming opportunities, go to the Extension website. You can search events. You can look up the different opportunities for learning, whether virtual, in person, find points of contact for a subject that you're interested in, whether you're wanting parenting advice or, wanting to learn how to be healthier or want to help seniors in the community or manage, your finances. There's something for everybody. And I will turn it over to Kathy.
Okay.
While Kathy's
Ne-
getting geared up, Lori, can you go ahead and put a link in the chat for people?
Sure can.
So next, oh, there you go. Okay, so I'm going to talk all about 4-H, and 4-H is our youth development program, and we're really lucky to have 8 staff across the state who focuses on youth money management. And so we have a couple in the UP. So we have Dave Radloff in Delta County. And then we also have Jill Connon in Schoolcraft. So we're lucky to have 2 up in the UP. And then we also have 2 in the Ingham County area. Deb Barrett and Patty Castilla. But then Lori and I are in the Southeast. So I'm in Macomb and she's in Wayne. And then we also have Janice over in Van Buren in the Southwest corner. And then Frank Cox is over in the Muskegon area. Although we don't cover the whole state, that we're not located across the whole state, we do programming across the state. So we have state wide responsibilities, all of us on this list here. But the nice thing is we have 4-H program coordinators in every single county. So often our team will work with those program coordinators, provide resources. We might go out to those counties and do programming around youth money management. So we're trying to meet and make sure that we're meeting everybody's needs and that all of our programs are open to all. So we have an amazing team and we work really well together. We've been a team for, gosh, probably 15 years. So it's really nice. And the cool thing is, we also, many of us belong on national teams. So it's not only just Michigan, we have resources across the nation because, like Lori indicated, there is extension in every state. So we do network with the other states to share resources in tools, in curriculum, in programming as well. So is this me?
Sure, I can do this one.
Oh,
Our particular team, here in Michigan with 4-H Youth Development focuses on 4 main program areas. So we have our money management, of course, which we'll talk more about, but we also do career exploration. So helping young people explore career paths. We do workforce readiness. So anything from resumes, interviews, professionalism, writing thank you notes, communication skills, all of that kind of stuff. And then entrepreneurship. So looking at that as a career path, like what are the skill sets? Are you prepared? Making a business plan and kind of everything in between. So we also like to infuse it into programs and activities that young people are already interested in. A lot of times when people think about 4-H, they think about, the county fair and animals. And yes, that's part of 4-H and a large part of our historical context, but also there's so many other things that young people are involved in 4-H. And even within that historical context of county fair or animals, there's so many skill building opportunities in terms of learning how to market yourself or have those communication skills with buyers or to create a product that you're going to sell. So we like to infuse this skill building into the projects and opportunities that young people are already involved in and interested in.
so 2 things that I want to talk about today, but I'll talk a little bit about some other things as well. Some of our statewide programs that we have coming up. We have a program on credit coming up. In fact, it's going to be tomorrow, one of them at 6 o'clock, as well as we have another one on February 4th at 5:30. So this is just one program that we do. And this one's actually tied to another statewide contest because we wanted to provide the resources that young people have so they can do well in our contests. But we're constantly doing online virtual programs. Another one that I want to mention is we have an Adulting 101 program. And within that Adulting 101 program, we have a lot of financial education programs as well. We're doing one on credit, or not credit, wealth building, so investing. And then we have one in the fall on preparing for your holiday spending so people don't overspend over the holidays. The other cool thing is we, as a team, that team that I showed you earlier, we received a grant a while ago and we were able to create a wide range of online classes. So these are available 24/7. And I'm going to put the link to that in the chat as well. So we have classes and we use a program called Nearpod, which is a really fun interactive program where they can do match games. They can watch videos and have questions in the middle of it. They can do quizzes right online. They can have a collaborative board. So it's really cool. But we have classes on credit. We have classes on avoiding debt. We have classes on smart money goals, paychecks and taxes. We have things on avoiding scams and fraud, budgeting and saving, and even paying for post-secondary ed. So we have 11 different interactive classes that are free and available 24/7 just by clicking on, and they all take about, I'm going to say between, depending how fast some of the young people are, approximately around 45 minutes. So let me put those 2 programs I mentioned in the chat. So you have access to them. Oh, you got it? You took care of it? Okay, fantastic. Okay. But some other programs that we have that are easily accessible, and you can just download it. We have a really cool program called Spartan Dollars and Cents, and it's a free curriculum, and it's sort of like a financial reality, but it's a paper and pencil version, so it doesn't require all of those volunteers. And the curriculum's free to download, very uh, detailed instructions, so it's anybody can deliver it. So we have lots of additional resources all around financial education. Another one I want to mention, and I don't know if you're going to be talking about it, Lori, but we have a money carnival kits across the various districts that people can lend out. So if you ever wanted to do a carnival, we have games for the young folks. And so it makes learning really fun. They're short, 10-minute activities, 10 to 15-minute activities. You could borrow one or you could borrow the whole set, and you can run your own carnival. So a couple of really cool programs that we have.
Kathy, what was the Spartan what?
It's called Spartan Dollars and Cents.
And what is the age range for that?
Middle school and high school for that one.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So we also do a lot of in-person programming. Again, either ourselves as educators or program coordinators will utilize resources like Kathy mentioned that we have available. We like to partner with others in the community where young people already are, whether that be libraries, community centers, in-school sites, after-school programs, camps. We'll start some of those up ourselves, or we will partner with ones that are already in existence. So there's a lot of flexibility in terms of how to work alongside us. We have partnered a lot with the amazing credit union partners that we have across the state, and done reality fairs alongside them, or taught programs. They've also been co-presenters on webinars or at our 4-H events and programs. Anything from creating coins, using coins to count coins and make coin caterpillars, or making a spend, share, save, invest bank for young people, to financial reality simulations like the photo there, or that Kathy was mentioning with Spartan Dollars and Cents. There's short programs, like one-time programs, or we've been able to do longer series. So there's a lot of ways to collaborate and partner with us. If you have an interest in either being a location or partnering with us to provide education, or perhaps you want some ideas of programming that we could provide in your community or alongside you, let us know so that we can collaborate on that. We really like to partner. Our biggest impact comes through partnering and relationships in our work. And everything that we do is hands-on. We aim for hands-on and interactive. We know that the best way to learn things is by doing, not being told. So a lot of our work we have as being very interactive, and have great takeaways that young people can create their own takeaways as opposed to being told something. So.
So we're also very excited and very appreciative of our sponsors we have 2 statewide contests this year. So we've been doing the cash composition contest for the last 6 years. And the cool thing is I think it was just last year, we opened it up, and it covers youth 9 to 19. And what we do is we award prizes, thanks to Extra Credit Union, who sponsors the program. And they just have to write 300 words or less on a topic. So this year, the topic is about credit. And that's why Lori and I are doing that crash course on credit, to provide a resource for young people, especially those little ones. They might not know anything about credit. So it's giving them a little background so that they feel more comfortable participating in the contest. But we're really excited about that one. And we will have a total of 6 winners. And those winners will each receive a $100 gift card. And so we'll have 3 in each age bracket. So 9 to 13 and then 14 to 19. So if you know any young folks that like to write and want to have an opportunity to win some real, a nice gift card that they can buy in on anything they want through Amazon, share that. And I think Lori's going to put that link in the chat. And then this is a new one that we're very, very excited about, and Michigan Credit Union Foundation is funding. So this year, and it's going to take place the whole month of April, we are going to do the Smart Money Missions Goose Chase game. So Goose Chase is a really fun app, and basically it's a scavenger hunt. So we will have a number of missions that the kids will participate in, and these could be just quizzes, or they could be pictures that they enter, or even videos. So it's all around financial information, and they learn a ton in a very fun, interactive way. And once it's live, the other folks will be able to see how they're posting, and then there's a leaderboard. So the young folks who are at the top of that leaderboard, we have funds for each of 10 youth to win $50 gift card. So another great opportunity. This would be great for schools, for clubs, for youth groups to participate in. And all they have to do is download the Goose Chase app. We will give them a code, and they will have 50 plus missions. So very exciting.
And with that, we're going to turn it over to Erica for the adult money management, and we'll have questions at the end if you have anything.
Great. Thank you guys so much. So if you can go on to the next slide, please. So I'm here to talk a little bit about our adult money management and financial education and homeownership team programming. So the first thing I just want to share that's a little bit unique to what we do, although not unique to other agencies across the state, is we are a HUD certified housing counseling agency. So as a result of that, all of our staff are now presently HUD certified counselors. They have completed an examination, have completed coursework and training, so that they can provide financial education, pre-purchase homebuyer education, and then also serve as a one-on-one counselor around pre-purchase counseling as well as foreclosure counseling services. So we are very similar to many nonprofit agencies across the state, but unique in the fact that we are also associated with the university as well. With that, we are also able to do statewide programming, and much of our statewide programming, just like Lori and Kathy shared, some of the work that they're doing is virtual education. We do a lot of virtual education as well, but on the money management and adult side of things. So our goal as part of our financial and homeownership education team is to educate and empower Michiganders to survive and thrive financially. And we do that really, again, through the trio of programming that we provide. If you can go to the next slide, please, Lori. So this is our current team. If any of you knew Nancy Latham, she actually just retired at the beginning of January. She was in Macomb County. So we do have her position posted. That's actually a position that is going to be in Wayne and Macomb County. But that is an current open vacancy that we have. So our team, as far as, and I don't have the wonderful map to show you, I just have the district numbers, but Tegan Lafier provides most of our education in the areas of Northern Michigan. She also does a little bit in the Upper Peninsula, although remote. We have Jennifer Ortquist, who works out of Kent County, which is in the Grand Rapids area. We have Ezra Pompous, who's a fairly new program instructor in the Ingham County area and provides a little bit of Central Michigan education. We have Beth Martinet, only for a few more months here. She is based in Wayne County, and again, we are posting that position with that Macomb position, that new program instructor position. And then we have Carrie Grishaber, who's a fairly new educator in our Washtenaw County office, which is Ann Arbor. So this is our current team as it stands. And again, we do provide the bulk of the education around the adult area. You can go to the next slide, please. So a little bit about what our team does. So again, a lot of the focus of our work is around online and virtual money management and homeownership education. We also do some local in-person programming in our respected communities. But again, you know, a small number of staff, we really try to provide the bulk of the education as much as we can to reach the largest number of individuals. As far as the online education that we do and the virtual money management that we do it really through a variety of different one-time educational opportunities, as well as we also provide some series-based education as well. A lot of our one-time offerings can go anywhere from thinking about the basics of credit, thinking about making and managing a spending plan. We do a wealth management. We focus around renter education. So we really do provide a smattering of 1 time, 1 hour financial education resources to really provide some services. We also have, and we work with eHome and eMoney, where we do have some virtual on-demand courses that you can take as well. And again, these are for a small charge, but it does provide individuals who might want a little bit of a deeper dive in some of these content areas to get this education when they need it. And we do have a lot of people that complete these for certificates of completion that they can then use for programs and services with agencies that they're working with. We also provide scholarships for these resources, and that is in thanks to TCF Huntington Bank. Where they do provide for anybody who is AMI 50% or less in their local community can get a free scholarship for any of these programs. As far as our virtual homebuyer education, we also offer weekly a 4-hour homebuyer education pre-purchase class, and that really goes through the basics of homebuyer education. We also talk a lot about down payment assistance. We talk about the variety of loans that you can access and really also kind of go through the financial education as well. So that is a little bit about our programming. Can you go to the last slide, please, Lori? Real quick. And then as far as, and I'll go a little bit deeper in each of these areas as well. We also, again, counsel homeowners to think about being mortgage ready. We provide foreclosure counseling. We were a major provider of the MyHalf assistance program and working with people to help them access those resources. So we did a lot of work in that area. And again, we are a partner with MSHDA and HUD in providing a lot of these services. And then we also do some work around train the trainer education. So we have worked for the past number of years with a curriculum. It's called Your Money, Your Goals. It's out of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And this is a curriculum that we provide, and it's aimed at human service providers to really help them be able to provide train the trainer education. And so we offer this both in person as well as in a virtual setting. To any agency staff who want to work with their clientele better around these financial issues. And that curriculum is free of charge. And it again is available from the CFPB. If you can go to the next slide, please, Lori. So a little bit about our money management webinars, and I will put in our chat the events listing where you can get access to all of our different events that we have. You can see this is our January flyer with our money management webinars. And again, we try to do a few topics each month and then also provide, you know, each quarter a variety of listings. But we typically always will offer how much home you can afford, tips and build and protect your credit. We typically also, although we are not right now, offering managing your spending plan, which is often a very popular one as well for people who want to learn those basics of budgeting. But really our financial and capability education really focuses around helping people make money decisions. Again, creating and maintaining that spending plan is a huge foundational workshop. Managing credit and debt, and then also thinking about growing your savings and investments. Typically, these classes are going to be around the noon to 1 hour. We do also offer these in the evening as well. We've noticed that, again, that's really helpful for participants to attend. If you can go to the next slide, please. I talked a little bit about the online eHome and eMoney education, again, for people who want a more self-paced option. Again, there is a charge, but again, we do have scholarships available for households who are 50% AMI or lower for their local community. What's nice about this is offered both English and Spanish. So again, for bilingual individuals, this is a wonderful resource. What's also nice about this is we can provide certificates of completion, and especially for pre-purchase education, the e-home course does allow you to meet with a counselor after to get any questions, answers that you may have, and make sure that you are properly prepared for going out and purchasing a home. And for many people who don't have time or can't take that 4-hour class but want something fairly quick, this is a great resource to be able to have on demand when you need it available. So this is available on our website as well. Next slide, please. Talked a little bit about our virtual homebuyer education. We also do homebuyer education in person as well. For our virtual offerings, there are $25 again for the session. We do offer this weekly, and we do try to vary the times. So anywhere from in the evening hours, 4 to 8. We also offer a 9 to 1, and then we also offer a 1 to 5, and we try to rotate those times around. But again, you do get a certificate of completion, and this really goes through the plethora of content related to purchasing a home, the steps in the home buying process, so that really when people leave the course, they are ready to purchase the home. And what's nice about this is it really goes through everything from getting your spending plan in order, getting your credit in order, understanding the various options for down payment assistance, which is a very attractive option to help reduce costs that people have. All the way through, we talk about post-purchase, maintaining your home. We talk about the steps in the foreclosure process and really making sure people understand the full breadth of what it means to purchase a home. People do get a certificate of completion that's good for 1 year as part of the class. And again, this is great for people who do require this. So I know we do partner with a lot of lenders who might be interested in working with us to help get their clientele into this educational course as well. So anybody who is in a lending institution and wants more information on that, please feel free, and I'll put my email in the chat as well. Next slide, please. The other thing, we do have participants who do, again, need some additional support, one-on-one support. So we do this for our pre-purchase education. We also do this for foreclosure counseling assistance as well. So again, all of our staff are HUD certified counselors and can work with people one-on-one to provide this education. So maybe it's somebody who's going through the homebuyer education class and they really need to work on their credit, or they want to explore further some of the loan options that may be available to them, or home affordability, really understanding, what does it look like to be able to purchase a home and what are my options. So what we'll do is we'll work with people one-on-one to help them get ready. Mortgage ready is what we call it. We also have individuals in households who are, unfortunately have come into tough times. They may be going into the foreclosure process and they really don't know where to go. And so we often do triage as well as intake in working with clients one-on-one to help them think about their options, be it if it's staying in their home, if it's selling their home, and looking at all of those potential options that may be related to the foreclosure process. And again, all of our staff are certified to provide that service as well. So if you have any questions or thoughts, again, I'm going to put my email in the chat, but I do believe we have a few minutes for questions. But I, really appreciate you all taking the time to listen to hear a little bit about our adult and youth money management programming. So questions that you have for us.
And I would say at this time, we're coming up on an hour. So at this time, if you have questions about anything we covered today, feel free to unmute, whether it's questions about the statewide initiatives that I shared, or if you have questions for our MSUE folks, now would be the time. So we'll just go with an unmute and don't need to raise your hand. Just go ahead and unmute and ask away. And you can always reach out to me after the fact too, that's fine. Good to see you. No questions? Awesome. I know people are dropping off now. It's coming up on 9:30, so. Well, thank you, ladies, for accepting my invitation and joining us this morning. As I said, I'm recording this and we'll share it out across the network. Probably, well, hopefully by the end of this week. If not, certainly by Monday, I'll have it edited and ready to go with another e-news blast with updates. So
Thank you, Kelly, for having us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's great to be able to share and happy to work with anybody who has any questions too.
I've missed you girls. Hey, Sarah, do you want to say hello?
Hi.
Sarah's new on my team. She's helping us with the FemPreneur Summit this year. I'm super excited to have her energy and her creativity. And I thought the content from today might be relevant for you.
Yes, thank you. It was very interesting.
Sarah has her own real estate company.
And actually, my son did 4-H through the MSU extension as well.
Yes.
That's super.
Yep. So
So did
very
my
cool.
kid. And I have a friend now who's starting a Clover Bud Club,
Oh,
that's
great.
awesome.
kind of on the South Lyon area.
Fantastic.
That's why I was asking what the age was for a couple of the programs. They're horse people, but you always need financial education. Lord knows horse people need financial management because it's a very expensive passion.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. All right, guys. I have
All
to.
right. Well, I'm going to say thank you all, and I'll get this recording out. Feel free to reach out, mifinancialwellness@gmail.com. If anyone has questions or needs connections to people who were on the call today or the information shared, and I will see you all in February. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.